before we get to that blind pick phase. So that is going to be the Warrior versus Warlock matchup. So Control Warrior versus Handlock.
Man. Oh boy.
Another one of these. And it's very likely that we'll probably see the same thing twice in a row.
I'm getting comfortable for this one.
Okay. Me
Doing
too.
some back stretches.
They might switch it up on us and like go Druid versus Druid or something ridiculous. But
Druid versus Druid.
no, it's not going to happen.
No, I think it would be Handlock versus Handlock.
If anything, yeah. But we've seen a lot of Control Warrior versus Handlock over the past couple weeks, and the win rate has actually been about even. I'd say this matchup, I don't even think I could give it a favor one way or the other.
You think it's 50-50 down the middle?
Maybe like 60-40 tops in one direction, but and I would put it in the Handlock's favor more than I would put it in the Warlock's favor. Or sorry, in the Warrior's favor. But it's super close. Super close.
All right, well, it's up to... I guess it's up to the Warrior to whether or not they can kill Handlock in time. And we've seen that there's more to this Handlock deck than meets the eye. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, but the way you said it, it was like, oh, there's a Transformer in there?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, that's what a Pilot Shredder is.
Or
more
a
than
Metal
meets the
Tooth
eye.
Leaper is like an actual Transformer reference, I
No, a Metal Tooth Leaper is a Zoid.
think. No, it was the Transformers, the Beast, whatever the Beast. Age of
No. Transformer are the pilot mechs, dude.
Okay.
The pilot Sky Golem, Sneeds.
No, they're just a shredder that somebody rides in.
Is Megatron. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
You know, but you were onto something, though. The Metal Tooth Leaper from Hunter is a Zoid. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what a Zoid is, but it's also a Transformer. From the cartoon, when they were all... It's a saber-tooth tiger Transformer. Don't you remember? What is that? What was that version of the show called?
Transformers.
Transformers, but the actual like dinosaur beast
Beast
Wars. From
No. Our admin's yelling at us and looking at us like we're idiots.
Beast Wars, yeah, from Transformers Beast Wars. The Middle Tooth Leaper is right out of that. But yeah, Mal'Ganis, as you can see in your hand.
Yes. Okay. So, anyways, that was what's
That's the
more than
real
meets the
one.
eye.
Yeah.
I wonder what Mal'Ganis brings to this matchup specifically, besides really badass graphics.
Yeah. It actually, we didn't even see it in her first matchup. We saw it, but didn't see it played in her second match. So maybe we'll see it in the third one.
Well, this doesn't feel good for FlyBird. He doesn't actually have a way to deal with any threat.
And there's some pretty substantial threats that are going to come out here.
Definitely.
No execute. No shield slam.
So this, you can already get a strong reading. If your opponent had shield block, shield slam, he'd use it, right? Over playing Sludge Belcher?
Yeah. Even though this fits curve.
No execute?
Yeah, you can pretty much get a read that there's no removal whatsoever. This is a near automatic Mountain Giant play. But then...
You think so?
I don't know.
Sludge Belcher might also be okay.
Yeah, I think so as well, because you can't Mountain Giant tap unless you feel like throwing away your coin.
Throwing away the coin is... I mean, the more I see it, the more it's like I want to get value off of that coin, even in the late game like Draxus. Or you can reach, like, that next turn you can Dr. Boom, which is great.
Coining out Sylvanas is also an option.
Yeah, I think you can save it for... You don't need to coin out Sylvanas here. The state of the board doesn't need to be controlled that much, and she's not even that reasonable of a threat compared to Dr. Boom next turn. So
It's definitely a tough play. Tough turn.
Well, I like Sludge Belcher the more I look at it, just solely because... Oh, she's gonna use the coin here?
If she's coining right now, then it's going to be... Well, I guess it would... You wouldn't... Okay, it goes with the Sludge Ball.
You're right there, TJ.
Yeah. Well, okay, so she could have coined and then tapped and then Mountain Giant.
Right.
Or coined Sylvanas. So...
She actually could have coined out Mountain Giant too, but that wouldn't have done anything.
No, that would have just been throwing away the coin for absolutely no reason.
Well, to not have 10 cards in the hand, I suppose.
She would have had 8 cards at that point.
She's playing around Cold Light Oracle at that point.
Oh, even then you'd still lose a card.
Yeah, just not 2 cards.
That's true. The old Cold Light Oracle Control Warrior. It's making a comeback.
So it looks like FlyBird is pretty intent on getting a pretty secure board, so that way either Gorehowl or Dr. Boom could have high impact, but I don't know, I really thought Shield Maiden was going to come out that turn too, because Fiery War Axe still has late game relevance. In other matchups, sometimes Fiery War Axe doesn't do anything, like throughout the entire game. Like for example, Warrior versus Warrior, Fiery War Axe, outside of the early game relevance of killing an Acolyte, there's just no target. Just like you have Baron get in. It's like you're just not going to Fiery War Axe that thing down. You know, you have Shield Maiden. You're not going to. That's the best Fiery War Axe can usually do.
The slime from a Sledge Belcher is
exactly.
like Fiery War Axe fodder in the mirror matchup.
In this matchup, Fiery War Axe actually still has some relevance because even if they have Jiraxes, that's 15 health. That plus the Sludge, that plus the Cool Taskmaster and the Gromosh is 15 damage.
Yeah.
It's always relevant.
Or even if you get to like Fatigue Wars, and getting the extra damage in can be definite plus.
He might be looking at having to premature brawl. Maybe he can Whirlwind with his Acolyte and draw something though. That actually might be better now that he picked that up. But prior to that, I was like, well, now that Dr. Boom got coined out here that we were talking about earlier, are you just going to Gorehowl that down and give up all your armor? No, I think you have to draw for something, and if this is not drawing Execute or Shield Slam...
BGH wouldn't be that bad either.
Yeah.
But this is also going to gain a lot of armor, too.
Yeah, it's true. The bots couldn't take it away.
Oh, yeah. I need these bots.
Looks like one of the slimes is dead. Dr. Boom lives. This is really bad news.
Oh, that's fantastic, though.
Well, that's a pretty unfortunate sequence.
Yeah.
For a Magicamy. But FlyBird still has no executes, no shield slams.
And still 2 big threats left on the board.
Yeah, pretty significant.
Just throwing out the Armor Smith.
You can shred almost all of its armor with a FlyBird right now.
Throwing out the Armor Smith like a feather in the wind. Well, this hand is filled with a lot of shiny legendaries.
1, 2, 3. 3 legendaries, yeah.
And they're all shiny.
I guess Magigamy's like, well, like, how important is it to control the armor count if she doesn't have Shield Slam?
Mm-hmm. And you know, there's so many, Shield Slam would have, but maybe you also have to think, well, if there hasn't been a Shield Slam yet, maybe there's going to be a Shield Slam, but you can't really bank on that fact.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the likelihood, but until he has it, he doesn't have it. Like,
whoa, so deep.
This is a saying that I guess I use all the time, but it's like, there's no point in playing around it, something that is not there.
I guess, I
FlyBird
understand exactly what you
looks
mean.
defeated, because it's like, where are my executes and shield slam? Do I have to brawl here?
Yeah.
I think you can make a very strong case for brawl, but what if... I know this sounds like blasphemy, but what if Armor Smith doesn't win the brawl? And then there's just a giant remaining.
Ouch. That's what. But, I mean, there's a pretty likelihood because you're okay with Acolyte of Pain, you're okay with Armor Smith, you're okay with Zombie Chow. So it's a 50-50 chance that something good comes out of that. Even Twilight Drake, probably not too upset.
Well, amusingly enough, it might even come to the point where FlyBird can Shield Slam something no matter what, because on turn 10, he'll be able to Shield Block into Shield Maiden into Shield Slam. And that doesn't have much relevance, but I'm using that to describe to you how irrelevant that feels at the moment.
But in a way, you can take solace in the fact, if you're the Warrior player, that you got through the early game, or you got through that much game without using removal. So then you know you're going to have the removal later on.
I suppose so. He's really banking that this digs. He's going to brawl. He has to brawl. So now, He should armor up too, right?
Yeah. In a way, if he wins this brawl.
Oh, no!
Ouch!
Oh, and he didn't even. Oh, did he get the armor up? He
got
did.
the armor up.
Oh, that hurts so badly.
Ouch.
I think Ragnaros is instant call here. Absolutely. It's just like you just pressure him. He couldn't deal with the 8/8s, and it's like it's very clear that he has no executes, didn't have a shield slam, and you shed the remaining armor. Warrior, I thought Warrior was supposed to be good in this matchup against Handlock, but not when it's like this.
No.
Ragnaros right back.
It's actually likely that you do draw into removal for at least like one of the first 4 threats.
What if Rag misses both of these targets? I'm being.
Ouch.
That's a real concern here.
Judging
if Rag
by
misses both of these targets, he plays a Molten Giant Siphon Souls.
judging by his luck so far this game, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god. This is
And a
real.
BGH! Oh no.
This game is not real. Are you serious? She's furling her brow because she can't even begin to fathom the likelihood that these chances happen. Like, this actually is not supposed to happen.
Wow.
This game is over. What can you do?
Well, BGH comes, but that BGH is about 8 turns too late. We haven't seen a single shield slam, a single execute, and Rag missed both targets. FlyBird is one.
Okay,
He's sad.
you can do that. Okay, he has execute, but he just concedes, and you know what? I absolutely do not blame him. That game was every single reason why people sometimes get frustrated with cards like Ragnaros, with cards like Brawl, because it does happen once in a while. The worst target does happen. When they happen back to back, though, that is heartbreaking.
It really is, and I mean that's one of the downfalls of Warrior in that matchup. I mean it's one of the downfalls against any class, any slower class that's playing against Handlock. If you don't have the answers early on to their threats, it makes the game just like cruise control for the Handlock. So
Well, it's like at that point, I think Magicamy for the first time showed sympathy in her face. Like at that, usually when she's playing, she's very stone cold and like no reaction.